You hate me, don't you?
Kons podcast.
You hate me, don't you?
Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
You hate me, don't you?
Constant content.
Of the girl being found in the trunk of a Tesla that was registered back to him, that was found in at 18, and she would have been like 13 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So either way it goes, it's not looking good. New details that we will learn about the TikTok star David that had the body found. So now all the other Trump supporters is trying to disassociate themselves from this alleged shooter who was also a MAGA supporter. Clips, you know what I mean? They cancel him allegedly over this clip of him saying that the MAGA people have definitely hit a new low over. Yeah, what's going on? What is happening? What's happening? Y'all know what it is. It is Kons podcast. Today gonna be episode 305. You know what I'm saying? No shout out to Miami. No shout out to Florida. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's gonna be episode 305. You know what I'm saying? No shout out to Rick Ross or none of you Floridians, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, you feel me? It's just episode 305. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, episode 305 today. I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode. You know what I'm saying? But I hope all y'all is doing cool. You know what I mean? I hope all y'all doing cool on this fine Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I like to call it the pre-weekend before the weekend. You know what I mean? On this good Thursday, September 18th. It is 1:40 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. If this your first time in, you just hit that subscribe button. You feel me? After 300 episodes, you know what I'm saying? If that's your first one, you know what I mean? This is where we go over the news, go over the headlines. You know what I'm saying? This is where we go over whatever that you see, hit you in the face, whenever you logged on to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Whatever breaking news, headline, whatever headline you may have seen, whether your homepage could be CS, CNN, it could be MSNBC, headline news, Yahoo News, Hip Hop DX, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I'm probably covering one of them headlines that you see right here on Kons podcast. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed last episode. You know what I'm saying? Episode 304. Episode 304. You know what I'm saying? Where I let you know that Cardi B went on CBS Mornings and shut down all the rumors talking to Gayle King. You know what I'm saying? She let you know that yes, she's still with that Stephon Diggs, and yes, they having a child. You know what I mean? I also let you know that 50 Cent showed himself. You know what I mean? I showed you the clip of the dope ass 50's blues rendition of Many Men, of him working out in the gym, getting ready for the Ball Raw character that he's gonna play in the upcoming Street Fighter movie. You know what I'm saying? Also, I let you know that about a black man named Trey Reed who was found hung from a tree in Mississippi at Delta University. Also let you know that Cameron on his podcast called Talk with Flea had to kick Adrian Broner off for Adrian Broner being way too out of line and too thirsty with the co-host. You know what I'm saying? Cameron had enough, said I'm gonna still pay you though, and kicked him off. He went into a bag and proceeded to get out cash money and brought that man cash money. You know what I'm saying? Still paid him for his time, he said. But yeah, without further, I hope y'all enjoyed. That was the recap of last episode. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed that last episode 304. Today, I ain't got too much for you. You know what I'm saying? For episode 305, it ain't gonna be too much at all. You know what I'm saying? I only got two topics. You know what I mean? But these two topics are definitely two updates, breaking news type of topics. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you had seen one of the two, you know what I'm saying, in the past definitely 24 hours. You know what I mean? So the two topics we're going to go over today, I got some new details about the TikTok star D4vd, David, aka David. You know what I'm saying? I got some new details on that and the person, the body that was found in the trunk of his Tesla that was registered to him. Some new details on that definitely changes my opinion on what I thought about it initially. Also, we're going to touch on Jimmy Kimmel. You feel me? This one hit me away. I felt a way about this, and I'm going to talk and speak on this a lot. This is why I only put two subjects here. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of clips for these subjects, fill you up with a lot of information on this David update. I got a lot of info on that, a lot of clips, a series of clips on that, and I got a series of clips for Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what we're going to be going over today. That's all we're going to be touching on today. You know what I'm saying? For episode 305. You know what I mean? In case y'all wondering, this shit might look weird. My stand for this mic had broke yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Pissed me off. But then I thought, you know, I'm holding the mic anyway. You know what I'm saying? I just got to hold it differently. So I guess it really don't make a difference. You know what I mean? I just got to hold it kind of different. You know, it had a little stand that you could sit it on the table. You know what I mean? Prop it up. You know what I'm saying? The whole little thing broke. So now I got to hold it the whole time. Can't ever sit it down. I got to lay it down. But yeah, that's, you know what I mean? In case you notice a little difference in me holding this microphone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, without further ado, you know what I mean? We're going to jump right into these two topics. You know what I'm saying? For episode 305. You feel me? New details about the TikTok star David, D4vd, however you want to spell his name. You know what I'm saying? New details came in about that. I know I covered that earlier a couple of episodes ago about the body of the girl being found in the trunk of a Tesla that was registered back to him, that was found in a LA tow yard. At first, they didn't know who the girl was. You know what I mean? When new details have came out, they have now identified her as a girl named Celeste Rivas Hernandez. You know what I mean? And also, details have found out her age. Also, we found out she have been missing for over 2 years prior to this. You know what I'm saying? And also found out that he was messing with her. That was his chick type deal. You know what I mean? They had pictures come up of him and her together. You know what I'm saying? Definitely coupled up. You know what I mean? Taking them couple pics, which also is a new detail that's different because this would make him kind of PDF-ish because he got 5 years on her. You know what I'm saying? And he was, I believe, 18 and she would have been like 13 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So either way it goes, it's not looking good for the David dude. It's just not unfolding very egregious at this point. You know what I mean? It's not looking very good for him. You know what I'm saying? So these next little clips that you about to see is just clips detailing all about the new details and who the female was and things that's definitely tying David to this body that was found in his trunk. Check these clips out.
Graphic, but it's important for the investigation and obviously for the autopsy as well. She was not found in her complete, her complete body wasn't found. These were parts. And if I'm not mistaken, was it a head and a torso and that's it?
Yeah, there was also, I don't want this, you're right, this is just very grisly to say, but I don't know if they had all the limbs. They certainly had some of them because the police did say that she had this tattoo, which is very interesting, something we found out, but she had a tattoo on her right index finger that said the letters SHHH ... And that was on her right index finger. We had actually spoken to Celeste's mother last week. And at that point, the police had said that the tattoo was there, but the mom told us more information, which the police had not released, which was that the tattoo was in red ink.
You at TMZ were able to zero in on his fingers, I think, in one of the photographs and see that he's got the same one.
Yes, he had the same one, at least as of last September. So we went back last summer looking for this tattoo, and from April, photos that we found of him performing, from April up till August 1st, all the photos did not show that tattoo. And then in September of 2024, then we found a photo where he did have, and we've seen others since then, where he has this tattoo on his finger.
Crazy. Dude, so it's nothing, right? So it's not, so I can go like this?
Yeah. No, I didn't inspect Element. I swear to God, I'm in LA and it says September 7 for me.
Case correct. It's actually the most... Guys, everything lines up. Alright, guys, you're talking about, what would be the other this? Guys, just for this very one coincidence, it'd be 365 times 365. We're talking about 1 out of 133,000. It's not 3. So you take the first line as the baseline.
This
finally released the identity of the victim that was found in a popular singer named David's Tesla. It's a 15-year-old girl who's been missing since 2024, and David and the girl have the same tattoo. Her name is Celeste Hernandez. She went missing at 13 years old on April 5th, 2024. One of the descriptors that police gave to try to identify Celeste was a tattoo that she had, which is the same tattoo that David has, and he got that tattoo reportedly, allegedly, after she went missing. When Celeste's mom heard the description of the body that they found, she thought it could be her because of that tattoo, as well as the fact that her daughter was dating someone named David. If you're new to this story, a Tesla was found abandoned, so it was taken to a tow yard. When it arrived at that tow yard a few days later, someone there smelled a horrific smell, called the police, and that is when they found a not intact body. The Tesla's registration came back to David. It was registered in Texas. However, this all happened in California. Now, David has been on tour for about the last month, and police say that he has been cooperating up to this point. The coroner also said that Celeste was extremely decomposed, but did not give any sort of timeline on how long that actually is. I am actually shocked, but just to be clear at this point, David has not been arrested. He's not been named a suspect, nothing like that right now. And I am very thankful that Celeste's mom will hopefully be able to have some closure after all of this. She was 15 years old.
We now have some more updates about the David situation, and it is not looking good for him at all. Authorities have now identified the body that was found in his car, and that person has been confirmed to be 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. And that's not even the worst part. It appears that David may have known this individual. For starters, there's a photo of the two of them together, which is this one right here. On top of that, it seems they share a matching tattoo. If you recall in one of my previous videos, I stated that she had a shh tattoo, and so does he. Celeste's mother also told TMZ that her daughter's boyfriend's name was David. People online have also pointed out that David supposedly followed her on social media. Here the picture. I can't confirm that part, and it could be Photoshop, so take it with a grain of salt. But it does show signs that David and Celeste had some kind of connection. He was on tour when the body was supposedly found, so it looks like he couldn't have been the one to do it directly. But he did tell authorities that other people had access to his car. Could he have potentially hired someone? We don't know. What we do know is that right now, David is walking a very thin line. Innocent until proven guilty, but it definitely does not look good for him.
Few new details that we learned about the TikTok story David that had the body found in the trunk of his Tesla. That said, yo, what's up? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Just in case this is interrupting my episode of your current events, news, interrupting your headlines, all the info that you getting from this episode. You know what I'm saying? I'm interrupting to let you know. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? It's a quick little insert reminding you to hit that subscribe button. If you ain't hit it yet, go ahead and hit it now. Now is your time. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that while I'm pausing this information, pausing these headlines, pausing these current events that you're getting hit with. Now is your time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and comment on something that you've been thinking about, that you've seen in this episode that you wanted to say. Go ahead and comment that. You know what I mean? Go ahead and hit the like button too if you like it. You know what I'm saying? If you like this content, that's KONTENT. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about it. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to this episode, get back to this good information that I'm feeding in your brain. Jimmy Kimmel, you know what I mean? They are canceling my boy Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I mean? We are not gonna see Jimmy Kimmel late night on the show. No more, none of the segments, the funny segments that we all love that he do, none of that, because of a simple line that he said that mentioned something about Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? This is craziness. You feel me? So he said, there's in this clip that I'm gonna show you real quick before we get to the end and show you the rest of the clips. You know what I mean? They canceled him allegedly over this clip of him saying that the MAGA people have definitely hit a new low over the weekend. He was talking about, you know what I'm saying, because they trying to disassociate themselves from this alleged shooter of Charlie Mack. You know what I mean? irony being that he was also a MAGA supporter. You know what I mean? He was also a Trump supporter. So now all the other Trump supporters is trying to disassociate themselves from this alleged shooter who was also a MAGA supporter. You know what I mean? So this is the joke that he said. It's just a simple line that he said along those lines, and it's just facts. It's just truth. You know what I mean? And now they try to cancel him. So this is the clip that apparently, allegedly, they trying to cancel him over. Check this out.
Some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a gold.
You know what I mean? It just I don't really hear anything like, oh man, he said that about Charlie Kirk. He should be canceled. Like, this is something he do on his show all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, they trying to cancel him, you know what I'm saying? And also he did a little interview with Howie Mandel that I picked up. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're gonna let me show it. I'm definitely gonna I hope they let me show it, because this is super exclusive. This gotta be fresh after they canceled him, fresh after they told him we done with you, and he went and talked to Howie Mandel. This is the only interview he got after this happened. You feel me? He had to go right to Howie Mandel, you know. But it said I can download it, so I downloaded it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put it in here. Hopefully the checks come through on YouTube and they'll let me show it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But these next little clips you're about to see is just everything involving Jimmy Kimmel and how they're trying to cancel him over what he said, which was a little bit of nothing. And I'm going to go more into how I feel on that situation in the final closing thoughts. Check these next clips out.
Breaking news, ABC has just announced here that they will be preempting the very well-known show Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. That's confirmed by ABC, and it comes at a very tense time with many of the issues we've been covering tonight. There was a backlash on the right because Jimmy Kimmel, after the Charlie Kirk shooting, made the statement that he viewed, quote, new lows with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and with everything they can to score political points from it, end quote. I've just read part of what Jimmy Kimmel had said.
We know one of them, Nexstar, which has about 24 stations with the ABC logo and all the ABC programming. Nexstar publicly announced that they were going to drop Kimmel's show indefinitely. Within a matter of minutes, we heard from Disney that the show was being pulled altogether. That suggests to me that other station owners were probably also getting scared. Other station owners were probably also coming up with backup plans not to air Kimmel's show. But even though we're talking about comedy, this is so serious, Aaron. Yeah. America is a less free place if late night comedians cannot do and say what they want. Of course, they can be tuned out. People can change the channel. That's how we vote. That's how we have our say in America. But this really does have a chilling effect across the American media. And it's not just me saying it. We've heard from the group FIRE in the past few minutes, the free speech group FIRE, saying, quote, the government pressured ABC and ABC caved. Quote, we cannot be a country where late night talk show hosts serve at the pleasure of the president, but until institutions grow a backbone and learn to resist government pressure, that is the country we are. And just one more note, Aaron, I've heard from Brendan Carr in the past few minutes. He's very pleased about Nexstar deciding to preempt the show. He has not officially reacted to ABC's decision yet. But when I told him about ABC's decision to go ahead and basically, this is a cancellation unless the show ever comes back, he did send me a GIF. He sent me a celebratory meme as his reaction, Aaron.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
I was almost sure I was going to retire at the end of my contract in May. I was like, that's it. But weirdly, I know this sounds dumb, but a big part of it for me is just the emotional baggage of wrapping something up, and not just the emotional, like this, what you have to go through to like say goodbye to everyone, but also even just cleaning out my office is something that I dread. You know, really? Yeah. Like I look around and go, oh my God, this is a nightmare. Like I'm not capable of throwing things away, so I have to figure out a place for all of this stuff, and what am I going to do with it? And that was a big part, and just all these things added up to, all right, I'll stay. Also, I like the people who work at ABC, and they were, they were really enthusiastic, which I had not really had before. Like I was, people, they always liked me there, but I never had them really seem like we need, I never had anybody say, we need you to be here.
Wait,
you didn't feel like that?
It was just everything pertaining to this Jimmy Kimmel situation. You know what I'm saying? And I hope they let you see the Howie Mandel little interview that he did, you know what I mean? Talking about how it felt for him being canceled and things of that nature that you've seen in that clip. You know what I mean? Hopefully that will fly, you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know. I hope so, you know what I mean? But like I said, that is super exclusive, you know what I mean? Nobody has an interview with Jimmy Kimmel except for Howie Mandel right now. You know what I mean? He ain't talked to nobody. He ain't went on no major show, no nothing. You feel me? Howie Mandel is the only dude who got that exclusively. So hopefully they'll let me show it though. You know what I'm saying? I think if Howie Mandel, because it's officially that's another thing with these clips. I try not to get clips from the official blue checked account. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they'll copyright the content. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Hopefully y'all can see it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the two subjects I had today, you know what I'm saying, for episode 305. You know what I mean? Quick little recap of what we just went over, what I just let you know, you know what I'm saying, that the dude, David, the TikTok star, D4vd, new details have came out. We definitely know that he is definitely tied to the girl that was found badly decomposed in his trunk, chopped up at that. That's another thing. The body wasn't even 100%. They found it was a head, a torso, and one leg. I believe they're missing still a leg and an arm. You know what I'm saying? Still of the girl. Also let you know that Jimmy Kimmel is getting canceled. They are taking his show off the air because of some lightweight remarks he made about Charlie Kirk and MAGA. That's the two topics I have for today. For now, let's get into the final and closing thoughts. You know what I'm saying? The final and closing thoughts. So, you know what I mean? New details came out about the dude, David. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think now that the new details have come out. If y'all remember on a couple episodes ago when I first brought this up, I definitely felt like, oh yeah, David, he ain't had nothing to do with it though. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even out here, you know what I mean? When the car was found, whoop-de-whoop, y'all heard my spiel on it. You know what I'm saying? But now, he definitely had everything to do with that body being found, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Being that they didn't came up with the pictures, they done got into his iCloud drive, got the pics of him cuddled up. They taking lovely couple pics together. You know what I'm saying? And then the ages came out. And that's another thing that's like double. This is a double thing here that you can go down for. You know what I'm saying? Because not only was you overage and dating a minor, you know what I'm saying, that it came out and there's proof of this, you know what I mean? Also, you are tied to this person. Y'all have matching tats. That's another thing. That little tattoo, you got the same one on the same finger. And you released a song in the past 2 years since she been reported missing. You dropped a song on her birthday. You know what I'm saying? And you dropped a song called Righteous Homicide or something like that. That's detailing different things, talking about, you know what I'm saying, you body the person in your mind and all this, you know, just, y'all heard the lyrics of some of the clips, you know what I mean? It's crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I definitely feel he has everything to do with this now, you know what I'm saying? Being that he's on the rise, maybe something was going to come out, maybe she was going to expose him for something, maybe she got pregnant. It could be numerous things, you know what I'm saying, as to why if you didn't physically get your feet wet, you definitely put something out there that somebody else got their feet wet for you type deal, because you definitely tied to this little girl who is no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? That was found in the trunk of a car registered to you. And then it comes back to everybody finding out that you are tied to this girl. Y'all was together. That was your chick. You feel me? Y'all was bonding. Y'all was in a couple. Y'all was the pics. Y'all looked like y'all was happy and having fun together type deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good look. You know what I mean? Plus, you was older than her by a lot. You know what I'm saying? You got 5 years on her. You know what I mean? And neither one of y'all was over 18 except for you. You know what I'm saying? At the time that you was dating this girl, she was a 14-year-old while you were 18 or something like that, 19. So, man, it's just not looking good for the TikTok star, David, before he even come up. I don't even know who the dude is. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, a lot of kids and youth know who this dude is. I don't know who the dude is. You know what I'm saying? At 42, I don't know who a David D4vd is, some TikTok star singer dude that a lot of youth seems to love and like his goth style, emotional type of music. You know what I'm saying? Which is what a lot of these youths tend to migrate towards these days. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that gothic, emotional. Jimmy Kimmel, you know what I'm saying? So Jimmy Kimmel was also canceled. You know what I mean? And this one hit home because I really with Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I'm saying? I like dude. He really funny. You know what I'm saying? I was watching shows. I've seen his little night show. You know what I mean? And it's just comedy. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff he be going over is just, I don't know. I like it. It's political. He go over different headlines. And that's what he was doing when they so-called wanted to cancel him. Set a headline, you know what I'm saying? MAGA reached a new low, you know what I mean, over the weekend, trying to disassociate themselves from the alleged shooter of the Charlie Kirk. That's all he said. Like, I don't understand how all of a sudden, oh man, we got to cancel him. And, you know what I'm saying? Disney and ABC coming in and confirming and canceling him and over these little sly comments because you mentioned a Charlie Kirk. What they gonna do to my channel then? You know what I'm saying? I didn't mention Charlie. Oh, I didn't like dude. I didn't like what he had to say about black people. I said that on this podcast. What, they gonna try to cancel me for that? Like I said, man, people are getting fired, getting evicted. I read something about a woman getting evicted from her apartment. All right, and I believe she had children because she put a video out on social media voicing about some things she didn't like about what Charlie Kirk said. So you get evicted? Come on, we talk about a land of freedom of speech. Where is that? I don't see or feel no freedom of no type of speech. People is losing their livelihoods, losing their whole jobs, getting expelled. Another girl got expelled from a college because she voiced things against what Charlie Kirk was saying. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled for slightly mentioning something against Charlie Kirk. And it wasn't even nothing. He just simply mentioned what is happening. It's just the truth. It's like reading a headline and you get canceled for reading a headline. You know what I'm saying? It's just people getting fired from jobs. I've read also a McDonald's worker got fired for putting something out on social media going against what Charlie Kirk said. Man, who is this dude? If you are over the age of 25, I feel like you have no idea who the fuck a Charlie Kirk was. I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't making noise like that to older people. He was talking to youth. You know what I'm saying? He was going to a lot of schools and youth people. My kids heard of him. I ain't never even heard of dude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And why does he have so much power in death? You feel me? At the same time, nobody's mentioning Trey Reed. This man was lynched in 2025. You know what I'm saying? With bruises found all over his body, a broken leg and a broken arm. And they said, how do you come to the scene, see that, and then say, oh, I don't see any foul play involved? We talking about a black man that's hanging from a tree at a mother campus, a college campus, a university, and you come to the scene. You got to get the man down. Got to grab his body up and lift it up and get the rope down. Get this man from hanging from a tree, and you got the nerve to report to the people to say that you did not see no foul play involved and judged it a suicide. Man, yo, what is going on in the world, yo? We are slowly getting freedom of speech stripped from us, rights, and a whole bunch of stuff is happening. You feel me? Be prepared for something huge to go down. It's definitely coming. They are edging for it. They are itching for it. They're preparing you for it. They putting it in your face. You know what I'm saying? Just take notes. You feel me? They are snatching your freedom of speech. They are snatching that. If you should not get canceled. If let's say if I was monetized, I'm bringing in tens of thousands of dollars from this channel. Let's say that happened now, which is going to happen in the future, you know what I'm saying? But let's say I was already there today and I mentioned this stuff about Charlie Kirk. I didn't like what he had to say about black people. I think I'm in a free right to say that, you know what I'm saying, on the camera, publicly, whatever the case may be. And I shouldn't have to worry about getting everything I done worked for, grinded for, put these videos out for free, grinded for free, editing all this for free. I did this for years and finally got monetized, and then to have it took because of my opinion that I've been building my channel off of. This channel is built off of my opinion. This part of the show is my opinion. This is what I think about the topics. This is my closing thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I got to worry about getting banned and getting my channel took that I'm grinding and working hard for. I done censored myself on this. I done censored myself, and I'm a dude who cuss. I don't give a, I cuss, you know what I'm saying? But I have censored myself on this channel. So how dare if I get big and I get this took for voicing my opinion is crazy to me. Where's the freedom of speech at? You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Kimmel, that hit home for me. You know what I'm saying? I felt it's just wrong. Like, this is all this dude has. You know what I mean? We don't see him in movies. We don't see Jimmy Kimmel on other shows, anything of that nature. Like, he has his show. That's what he does. And commercials come from that. But we don't see him in movies. We don't see him, he don't do music. This is all he do. And they taking that for voicing something against a Charlie Kirk. Man, y'all just don't understand. This dude got all this power in death. He didn't have nowhere near this much power when he was alive. Now he got all this power in death. I don't understand it. But that's my final closing thoughts. You know what I mean? I had a lot to say. That's why I only did 2 topics. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of info in these clips that I put in here. I chose to put in this episode. So hopefully you learned something. You know what I'm saying? And I guess watch your mouths when it comes to mentioning Charlie Kirk. Lord have mercy. People is losing things just for mentioning something that's going against what he said. It's crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? And we supposed to be boasting about living in a place with freedom of speech. You know what I mean? They are slowly barring up our mouths. You know what I mean? For sure. Slowly but surely, day to day. But yeah, man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. You feel me? I hope you tuned in. I hope you watched. I hope I put something in your ear that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have been doing anything that you wanted to do, no matter who you was. You know what I'm saying? Whether you was a little brother, little sister, or older brother, auntie, niece, a nephew, uncle, you know what I'm saying? A grandpa, a grandfather, a mother, a father. You know what I'm saying? You could have been cousin Pete, cousin Man. You could have been cousin Pookie, cousin Poop, cousin PP, cousin Moot. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all got pets, you feel me, that's sitting there with you, whether your pet could be a little cat, it could be a little dog, you could have a pet hyena, you have a pet pig, petting the pig, you know what I'm saying? You could have a pet hedgehog, you could have a pet porcupine, you know what I'm saying? You could have a pet camel, I mean, you have a pet dragon, whoever your pet is. If they watch a Kons podcast, I definitely salute to them. You know what I mean? Like, you see them scrolling up the screen, giving you that good salute. I know I said that last episode and forgot to put my guy saluting you. You feel me? But yeah, you know what I mean? As you see him saluting you across the screen, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. The beat that you hear creeping up was made by none other than Amazing Beats. You know what I'm saying? So let Amazing Beats holler at you in your eardrums while you see my last little bit of comments in these credit section, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. I mean, been episode 305. You know what I'm saying? Have a good pre-weekend before the weekend.
You hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?